Hi, I'm Robert Kropp with Cowork 22,
I'm Christoph Thomas from 3C Events.
and this is actually our first part two video that we've ever done, so that's exciting. Uh, and basically, the last video, we'll link it below. Uh, we were talking about teams and networks, what that means, how you set them up, how they can be powerful for your organization, and really anything we can come up with of like, this is what you should do, or should at least look at as an option for your business, for your startup, organization, whatever. I mean, this type of idea could work in any type of business, nonprofit, community team, whatever it is, to get more done with less energy, less time, less money, and really just improve. Like, let's just look at life as an improvement. And this is basically what we're talking about. And at the end of the last video, we were chatting about like what does a network look like in a way of managing potential for chaos. And I think one thing we were deciding on and kind of recapping really for a moment, like we see a network as a group of individuals that we're all working together in the same direction, but we don't necessarily have this hierarchical management like decision making process. Like instead of becoming the pyramid where it's like you've got all these layers, it becomes more of like a flat line and we're all just pushing forward together. And in our vision and kind of what we were talking about in the last one is that it can provide for this unlimited innovation and potential because it provides structure, but it provides freedom. And both of those are quite important for getting a number of things done. But yeah, Christoph, like when we were last chatting, like we were talking about how do you manage that process of everyone working together moving forward? I know you had mentioned something about, okay, you have that overarching, like here's where we're going. And how do people work together within this new style of work, really? Because it's, for me, I haven't even had that much of experience with that type of style. So yeah,
Yeah,
what does that look like? How does that work?
yeah, well, I guess I'm already doing it a bit for the organization of my event, 3C Day.
Yeah.
So it's really, well, one thing which is important is that everybody in the network is highly motivated to do something,
Mhm.
yeah, that you share some common values and you keep talking about it. And every time you make a decision, you you make it transparently, and if you feel like there could be some motivation conflicts or something like that, you explain it and you make sure that the other persons can agree to it, or at least you can discuss about it. And then I guess if I would go for a company this way, I would really have like once or twice a year a real summit with everybody. So to meet up with everybody and well, work on our mission and vision, and also yeah, make sure that there's some kind of intranet to present to each other, so that everybody knows who's on the network, what yeah, which persons you can connect to. Well, this thing of a cockpit of information to know well, for example, if I think in terms of event organization, for me it's really
Mhm.
important that I know how much money I can spend for my event without killing the company. So
Yeah.
if I think everybody organizes events, it's really important to find some definition of how much money everybody can spend before
Mhm.
we can't pay the salaries anymore. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's important. I was curious though. It what the network style or organizational structure, whatever it really is, the terms are. Um, it has this interesting feeling, like the way you're describing it. It feels like you would have ownership beyond just someone telling you like here's what to do. It's like you might still have. I'm going to finish this combo. Like
Yeah.
you might still have this like this leadership. Everyone's somewhat of a leader at this point, but you're able to tie into it and own it. and you're a part of it from the beginning, and you can make real value changes and not just being pushed forward. All of
Yeah,
this energy pulls you forward.
yeah,
But yeah, I guess we're wrapping up though.
yeah. But
So we'll close. Yeah,
I'm thinking about how we just do another 5 minutes right here. So yeah, it's like a double 5 minute like maybe. I feel like for this topic we should really spend much more time. So I would just put on the timer another time and we just continue. If I feel
sure.
fine, yeah.
Let's roll with it. Just do
Okay.
it.
So yeah, timer started. Okay, yeah, shared ownership. Yeah, it's really. I think that with this model, in my mind, it's really like in a company like this, you have like a basis income, and also you look at the revenues from last year, and you get like a shared addition to your monthly salary. Because, well, why
Really.
should I care that much for a company if I, yeah, why should I personally invest myself into this company if I don't get the money back? Because it's really, for me, money is not important, but the meaning behind it, it's appreciation, it's fairness, it's balanced and everything. So why should I work and, yeah, enjoy myself at work and work really much and everything, and there's another guy who's just lying at the beach and he gets all the money and I get a salary each month which is kind of low for the work I do. So I think in this kind of shared ownership, it's really you can't implement it at yeah, the one without the other, maybe. I'm not sure.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think that model in a lot of organizations could work. Some it won't. It would work better in some than others, I would imagine. And I do have this belief of, for me, and I think we're very similar in this frame of mind, is that that's why we are entrepreneurial type. Is that the joke of we'd rather work 80 hours in a week and earn the same as if we worked 40, if it was more meaningful. Then it's like time. I mean, because the rest of the time it's crazy how much time we actually have. But in the same way, we don't have that much at all. And I know that seems like very strange and like backwards, but it's, if we're choosing our time in the way we want to choose our time and not letting it slip away, like that is incredibly powerful and can and lead toward amazing results. And that's why, I like the idea of, ownership within wherever you work. And if that makes sense as a company, it makes sense. And it's, what I think is that we have a choice as people, as companies or whatever, to create whatever we want to create. There doesn't have to, and if someone wants to be at the top and make it all, 90%, that's exactly fine if they need to do that. But it's our choice to do what we think we would like to do. And so it's not always possible, but I like that. I like to have this idea of that if we want to make a change, then let's do what we can to make that change. And whether that's, converting a company that, whether we're creating or we're a part of, like maybe it makes sense for it to be a network, and it would improve everyone. It would improve the business. It would, a massive change in kind of the entire experience of working there. Or it's we're in a job we don't like, or we have this business that we want to start, and I think we're moving into a slightly different topic, but I still like it. Uh, for me, life is about a bunch of choices, and time is about the same thing. It's like how we spend our time. I've read a number of books where it's like you can read someone based on, okay, what have you done the last 24 hours? Just count up what was in that 24-hour time period of a workday. Did you spend a 30-year day in front of a television? Did you spend it reading a book trying to become better? Did you work and then, had some friends and family time and then you got tried to improve yourself? Based on where we are today and where we want to go, if we don't take control of those moments to innovate, to change ourselves, to change the organizations and the people we're a part of, then what's the point? why if we can't. It took me a while to really get into this idea that uh, if we're not moving forward, then we're falling back. And so and I always thought like, oh, you can maintain, you can maintain, you can maintain, but is there really a true idea of maintenance? But yeah, so I think that kind of goes to this network and team model, and I love the idea of operating in such a way that we can all push together forward, and come together as groups when we need to, but still create this innovative structure that just helps to curate like powerful movements. Um, yeah, I kind of went long-winded for a moment, but yeah, thanks again, Christoph, and
You're
we'll
welcome.
chat soon.
Yeah, see
All
you
right,
soon.
talk soon. Bye.
Bye.